Yeah.
So, which podcast did you do?
I did. Is there like a stroke? Was there a stroke one?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did the stroke one. It was like recognising. It was like the acute management of posterior strokes, I think.
Okay. Was that the podcast or the learning package?
So I did. The podcast was the acute management of posterior strokes. The learning package I also did do on strokes.
Okay.
So, yeah, try and do something similar.
All right. So what did you like about the podcast?
I like the length of it. I think 10 minutes is quite a good length. Kept me sort of focused on it, without being too short. Like it did go into enough depth, I think, within 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I liked they did a good little recap of the key points at the end, which I really liked. I'm trying to think what else. Just simple things like it was like well recorded. That's right. Well recorded, like good quality of voice, good pace, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Did you think it was the right level for medical students?
Just about, maybe. I think it was kind of on the upper level, perhaps. Yeah, I don't know if that was just maybe perhaps my neurology base isn't as strong as it should be. But I think it was just about on the level, possibly a bit higher.
Okay. What about things to improve? Anything you can think of?
I'm not sure. So I personally don't usually like. Sorry, I keep scratching my eye. I normally don't like podcasts as a way of learning. So I don't know. I think it was just because I quite like visual stuff. So perhaps without turning it into like a visual lecture, with like lecture slides, if there were just like, I don't know, some visual aids like on the website to go with it as well. Otherwise I'm not really too sure what else to do. Like I think it covered all the subject matter well, and it was like very clear in its objectives.
Do you think you'd prefer it to be as it is, or between a conversation between two people as an alternative?
Possibly two people, actually. I think it would make it. I don't know if that's because of the way I use podcasts. Like I say, I don't use them as like a pure revision tool, but I feel it would be a more interesting thing to like have a conversation and have someone like ask questions as they came along. Yeah, I do think that would be a better format for it.
Okay. And in terms of the visual aids, are you thinking diagrams, videos? What exactly are you thinking?
Maybe just like almost like a poster, like with the key points, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, because they're quite short podcasts anyway, I feel like you could kind of fit the key information into like one poster. So I feel like that could be quite useful to go with it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Anything else about that podcast?
Not that I can think of. No.
Okay, that's fine. Should we move on to the learning package then?
Yeah.
Sure. That's the one that isn't the virtual patient case.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one of those did you do? Was it stroke as well?
Yeah, it was the stroke one.
Okay. And was it acute management of stroke?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, they were definitely both stroke. Maybe I'm getting confused between the podcast and the thing, but they were definitely both on stroke.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Right. So the same sort of thing. What did you think was good about it?
I like the way it got broken down into like the different parts and the way it kind of flowed through. I think it was very sensible. I don't know if that's the right word. Like the steps it took you through, like it was very logical. Like the background and then the like how it presents the kind of stuff you need to think about initially, and then going into kind of further management stuff. So that was all very logical and good. Again, with that stuff, I really liked the visual aids and like the pop-up boxes that you could click for more information. I felt that was quite good because if there was stuff that you were comfortable on, you didn't have to click it to like get through it. But if you wanted a bit more information, then it was really helpful to have. There was some like mock or like some example videos in like embedded in it as well. That was helpful. I think like by way of example, there was on like talking to any member, like explaining like the process to them, which kind of wasn't actually covered in the like full text of it, if that makes sense. But it was really helpful aid alongside it and kind of put it into context. And then again, simple things like I quite liked the like visually it looked quite good with like the color schemes and the font and stuff. So I quite liked all of that.
Okay. Do you think that it needs more videos or the same amount of videos or less videos?
To be honest, I think the same amount. Like I think it was pretty spot on in my view. I personally don't like working through those packages if you have to like sit through lots of videos. Like it was useful having it broken down into segments that you kind of read and then like sort of kind of know you covered and then just having a few videos to supplement that.
Yeah. Did you mention that there were questions there as well?
Yeah, there were questions at the end. It was
what did you think of them?
Yeah, I thought they were good. I think they were at the right level. And they definitely were a good way of kind of checking your knowledge. And it was all the questions could be answered if you'd read that learning package, which was good. Like there wasn't stuff that you had to go away and do further reading on.
Mm-hmm. Good. And anything that you would change about this package?
Possibly, maybe, I don't know, maybe you could maybe just make, I think it was 2 like 20 packages that probably took just over 20 minutes to like. No problem.
Sorry, it's cutting out. I'm going to have to move closer to the box.
No problem.
Alright, sorry, carry on.
No problem. So I think it was like 2 20-minute things, like parts to it that probably took slightly longer than 20 minutes to do, sorry. So maybe do it in like, break it up into say like 4 segments instead of 2, just to like make them a bit shorter, without having to change any of the content, just so you could kind of go away and come back to it a bit easier.
So break up the package into smaller segments.
Yeah. Like I feel if you were doing like 5 or 10 minute segments, that would make it easier to go through. As in
make the package smaller in general or split it up?
I don't think it needs to be, I'd say just split it up. I don't think it needs to be smaller in general. Like I feel like the content covered was good. But to kind of try and get through in one sitting, some of it was a bit heavy. And I would have quite liked to kind of do 5 minutes on like the presentation and then have the option of having a break or like just going on to then like acute management, stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Is there anything else about the learning package?
Sorry?
Anything else about the learning package that you want to say? No.
Nope.
Okay. Let's talk about the virtual patient case then.
Sure.
Which one of those did you do?
I think it was called like an unusual case of general anaesthetic.
Okay. Okay. So same sort of thing. What did you like about it?
So that one, I did really like the way it was laid out. So it was like, it gave you a case, obviously, and then it had like, what would you do next? And you could click different things and it would not necessarily tell you if you were right or wrong, but it like showed you the investigation results that you'd like clicked and wanted to know. So that was a really good way, I thought, as someone inexperienced in things like requesting neuro investigations, it was a good way to kind of think, would ordering these tests actually then give me the information I need, or would I have needed to order something else anyway? So it was a really good kind of way of throwing yourself into something that was above my level, but sort of in a safe environment. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. And the way it just kind of played, like you were given more information each time, to kind of help you along. So very much the fact that it was case-based, I think that was a good way